the show. So, we're doing a test of the various settings while we record this video. I am using a new microphone, which is the Rode Video Pro NTG. But I wanted to do a quick update and give you an idea of what's going to happen going forward. If you did not see the last update video, I've taken the last couple months off of doing a lot of different projects, including YouTube, because I had multiple deaths within my family and a couple friends. 10 to be exact, in a matter of 8 weeks. And it was just one after another after another. And then one of them was my uncle, and in a frantic emotional state of thinking of everybody we had to call, I got into a hurry and I kinda slammed my right shoulder into the stairwell of the basement wall. And I thought it was just something mild. Well, thankfully nothing's broken. And thankfully, from what the MRI showed, they couldn't see anything torn or anything, so I get to start physical therapy tomorrow, which is August 1st. Which means I have a lot to do over the next few weeks to prepare for the end of the year, because of recently launching my business back in October of last year on my birthday. That means my first year is quickly approaching of actually having a business in my name and dealing with the government and getting off of Social Security and everything else, which has also been a pain, but it has to be done. So over the last few months, I really haven't done anything per se for content videos other than updates like this and product videos for Amazon. And that leads me to some of the things that I'm going to be teaching and sharing over the next coming weeks and months, is more on how you can make money from home. And this is going to be split between a variety of different types of content. It's not all going to be just centered right here on YouTube. This is going to be taking place in multiple fashions across multiple platforms, which means there will be free and paid events coming, as well as courses, podcasts, and everything else that I have been planning and working on the back end a little bit over the past few months. There are still some big things in the works, discussions, negotiations, and things that I can't go into right now, but we'll just say that there could be some nice surprises for the community in their near future, as well as some opportunities. Now, when it comes to specifically what is going to happen with all of the different channels, is going to be getting a little bit of an experimentation done on each of them. We're going to shift things a little bit more so we're not just constantly sitting in the house at the desk. We are going to be getting more done out and about and on the move. And I'm doing it this way for a specific reason, because I've heard many of our community members state that you have to have all this kind of stuff to do anything. And that's not the case, because I can tell you and I can actually show you that is not true. There are multiple influencers and content creators and professionals who started out just like everybody else with hardly any kind of gear. And some of them still work in that aspect like I am right now. Granted, I'm using a slightly more expensive microphone on the camera than I usually do, but that's just to experiment. I know the closer that the microphone is to me, the more clear it will be, but I also wanted to be able to test exactly how far away from the microphone I can be and you still hear me clear. We're also testing the foam and the dead cat for dampening the sound and wind in the background. It's 90 degrees out here, so I definitely recommend if you're out in the sun, you stay hydrated. We're going to be diving into a lot of the previous content, but this time we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to have more updated facts about more recent information compared to a couple years ago. And I'm actually going to show you things from the back end of what it's like being an actual business owner. Because whether you really want to think about it this way or not, it's just plain facts. If you're a content creator and you're doing things on a consistent basis, whether it's answering questions, making videos, blog posts, podcasts, whatever, that's a lot of work. And even if you're not making money at it at the moment, it is something that you can make money doing. I'm a perfect example of that. And so are some other creators like Roberto Blake, who is somebody that I watch and listen to and have gotten feedback from and actually got to chat with a couple years ago, and I'm hoping I get to actually meet Roberto in person instead of over a Zoom call for people of video. But that brings us to the next person, Dan Courier. He's the host of Creator Fundamentals and the host of the People of Video Conference. You've got Nick Nimmin, Dean Nimmin, Pat Flynn. There is a plethora of different influencers that do a lot of the same things I do, and we all started out right where you're at zero, or maybe you're already started and got a few subscribers and a few videos, but you're looking to upgrade and increase, and in which case any one of us can offer you a plethora of different feedback on different ways to monetize, different ways to create your content, different ways to use the same content and repurpose it for other platforms. There's a ton of knowledge that I have gained over these last few years to launch my business to be able to help you further in your journey, because I know what it's like. I've been there. I've been a content creator for most of my life. I started doing video work and stuff back when I was a kid doing family videos. I know you probably didn't get to hear all of the birds in the background, but if you did, that's cool. But there was just a hawk that was up over my right shoulder, and now there's a buttload, or a murder of crows, and a couple ravens that are across the street in the woods that are going nuts. But that's why we're doing this video this way. I wanted to be able to show you that you don't need all kinds of gear. You don't need the expensive stuff to make videos. There is a ton of resources to help you with editing videos if that's something that you need help with. They've got AI that can help you do things now and make all kinds of work so much simpler. Now, I don't use a lot of AI. That's a topic for a later video. I do use it periodically, but nowhere near as much as I probably should. I'm a little bit torn on things when it comes to that. As I said, topic for a future video. Now, when it comes to the different ways that you can make money from home are going to be getting gone over again, and I'm going to put more emphasis on the way to do things, the how of doing things, and the why of doing particular things. Because not everybody can just, get 100,000 subscribers in a matter of a few days or a few weeks. It takes work. It takes time. Being a content creator is not a fast track to getting rich. Affiliate marketing, same thing. It's not a fast track to getting rich. None of the ways that I am teaching you is a fast track to being rich or wealthy, because there's this misconception that you can just do these few things and you're gonna make bank real quick, and that's not the case. Not everyone can go out and be able to grab a drink, skateboard down the road, do a selfie, and lip sync to a song and, get sponsors. Not everybody can go running around a track like our Olympians are and get membership deals for health regimens, or be able to have a fan base that's large enough to be able to support them to go to the Olympics overnight. It just doesn't happen. It takes a lot of work. It takes time, takes focus and discipline, and worst of all, the one thing that everybody fails at, it seems like, is always consistency. Being consistent on your upload schedule, being consistent on the type of content you're creating, being consistent in the way that you show up for your audience. And as I said, I know I failed at that recently because of deaths in the family and friends. And for that, I'm sorry. But I hope you understand and don't hold it against me that I took a little personal time to deal with the emotions of losing my uncles and my cousins and a couple of my close friends. And now I've got physical therapy starting, which means I'm going to be a little bit more painful again trying to get my shoulder to work properly. Because at the moment, I have a frozen shoulder, which means I have limited range of motion because my shoulder blade does not work. And my shoulder, the ball here, is actually held in a forward position, and until I can get it to thaw out, as they say, because of it being frozen, hopefully I'll be able to get my range of motion back with some physical therapy, and it won't take too long. We'll find out after a couple months. In fact, that'll put me somewhere around my birthday, and the anniversary of the business being launched, and a culmination of things happening all around the same time. So I'm going to do my best to pump out as many videos as I possibly can here in the next few days, weather permitting, therapy permitting. And then I'm going to also show you a variety of different things over the next few months, because this way you have a better grasp on what I do and how I do and why I do it. And then you'll understand why it takes me a minute to do some content like this, because I am running an entire network. And I'm just one person. One person, an entire network. I currently have 4 channels. You will be witnessing the launch of a 5th in the near future. You will be able to witness the launch of the podcast. You're going to be able to witness a lot of different things happening over the next few weeks and months that have been on hold while I prepare for these things and deal with funerals and everything else that's been happening. And then you'll have an understanding of why it takes me a while to be able to do some of the content, and why some videos are certain ways while others aren't. We're going to discuss some thoughts on recent events that have been happening, or as some of you may know them as, rant time. We will definitely be having rant time. Just saying, our government in general is a joke. Now, there are specific branches and specific people and current events that we will be discussing. I say current even though they have happened over the past few weeks, but they're still current. And I'm just going to offer my opinion on them because, well, I'm an American and I have that right. And on top of that, I've served as a Marine and I spent 5 years as a first responder, so I have the experience to be able to talk on these matters. This way you're getting updated versions on some previous videos because of changes in the way things are done, or updates to platforms and things like that. You'll see it in a future video. So I hope you enjoyed this little sit down chat. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop them down into the comments. If you have a specific topic that you would like to be discussed, or a tutorial on something that I might be able to help with, don't hesitate to drop them down in the chat either. That way I can work on them. Now please note that I don't have every type of program and stuff like that, so if it's not something I can help with per se, I might be able to help you find a video or something to help you. Until the next time, I hope you have a great day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and we'll see you in the next episode.